Okay, welcome to part of the end part of month one. So the way this is going to work is there will be 5 scenes, and then one small mini scene for this session. The first 4 scenes will be dedicated to what you have told me you wanted your characters do for the previous month. The last scene will be something that I initiate to push the plot forward. Over the last few weeks, you've been pretty much dealing with what has happened. The apostates, most importantly, the faith militant being in the perch, and things of that nature. One thing that definitely happened is the faith militant has been eating a lot of your stores, and so that's why one of the reasons you have a decline. It just so happened that it would be in your law based on people being disgruntled, hearing that basically the potential food that might feed them over the next while is gone. Okay. Will, you want to join Roll20?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay.
It's giving me like an error.
Oh, okay. So, what we'll do is, Henry, how do you task your people to find the so-called rapers that had bothered Ert and the small girl? I think her name is Dira, trying to rape a child.
So Henry calls some of his, I guess who he would maybe people like peacekeepers of his, people like Roderick, Harmon, the Strong, and he'll bring them into the wherever he is, I guess at his time, and basically says, men from across the river rape and torture our people. What will you do about this? And he's clearly like sending them on the mission of destroy the rapers.
Okay. So what does Harmon, Roderick, Savas, and Godwin reply?
Well, we can't have chaos running amok, can we? I'll lend my sword.
Such a crime must be answered for. You already have my blade.
Harmon's like, by the breath of my child, these men will be killed.
Balamagulas.
All men must die. So, as you, the 4 of you set out, Sir Harmon Steele of King's Landing, Roderick Blackwater, the sellsword Savas, and one of your man-at-arms, Godwin. You cross the bridge slowly through traffic to get to the other side of the river. None of you are well known enough. Perhaps, actually, I'm going to roll something.
I think Savas stands out.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, as you're crossing the toll on the guardhouse on the Redmain side of the bridge, a guard steps out and puts his hand in front of all of you. He's just a normal dude wearing like a chain and that sort of thing. 1 second. I have too many slides. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
All right, so you're crossing the bridge. If people want to pull out their tokens, that would be great. Put them on the south side there.
Savas dunks Roderick's ass in the water.
I'd sink.
The more goblins, the merrier.
So, as you approach, okay. So as you approach, a House Redmane guard approaches you and lifts a hand to you. Halt! Where are you going? I recognize you. You're a Blackwater. He's pointing to Roderick specifically.
We're going to deal with the potential issue that's happening in town.
And he just looks at you very unimpressed, and he's like, any issues on this side of town or the business of House Redmane, not you? Stay to the south, where you belong, unless you have official business.
Well, these issues are pouring over to our side, so we'd like to get rid of this issue right away.
And he just stands there and looks at you rather unimpressed still, and says, if you wish to petition the Lord and Lady, I'm sure you can.
Harmon pipes up, realizing that this guy's anti-Blackwater. He steps forward and he says, look, these guys are just trying to help me out. How much is it going to take for us to get through?
You want to do some sort of persuasion? Anybody could do it if they want.
If anyone else would like to help, at least. Basically, he's saying, you guys are trying to help me. It's inconsequential that he's a Redhawk.
I got persuasion of 2, so...
Yeah, same here.
I mean, I'll roll it, but nobody's gonna try to...
I mean,
I'll help you.
So what do you guys do to convince him to let you through?
leave some gold in his face, or some silver stacks or something.
Could I maybe... Okay, so I have status reputation. Would that be able to help me in this situation at all? Because his reputation as a warrior who's fought like for a long time in lots of wars.
If you roll well, I would give you a bonus on your roll.
So roll the reputation roll and then...
Nice one.
Okay.
So what does Harmon say to try to flaunt his reputation?
He's like, I've done so much in this world. Can't you just help me out here? As he's, as they're waving the gold.
And the guard says, "Can't say I know who the fuck you are." So if you guys want to convince him, somebody can roll a persuasion with some sort of persuasion dice, and then give an assist. So the assist would be a plus, one half of whatever your persuasion is, whoever's assisting.
I can roll an assist.
So you don't even roll; it just happens, right? The person
Right.
will get a plus. If you have 2 persuasion, the person will get a +1.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I think we all have a 2, so I'll just roll it. Oh, just roll 3d6.
If you have a 3, you have a 2, right?
2d6.
Yeah, but he's assisting, right?
Yeah, but assist is just a flat
Oh,
+1.
yeah,
Roll
right.
3d6 KH2.
Now you don't need an H in this, but
Oh, that's right.
I just rolled 2d6 +1, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a stat plus one. That's right. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Lord.
Hot damn.
So the guard says, if you need help deciding, I can call my cohorts out of the guardhouse there. And perhaps we'll put you in irons. And then you can talk to the Lord and Lady up close and personal.
I can swim. I don't know about you guys. I could probably climb this wall.
Yeah. So what do I see when I look?
So on the edge of the river is simply a guardhouse that stands next to the road into the north side of town.
Oh, so this isn't even like walled off.
No, you're on a bridge. This is a bridge that allows access to and fro between. You're basically heading to the island right now.
All right. So
Look to my right.
In the distance, you see the keep, right? Redwater Keep. I mean, going this way, past the guards by force is unlikely to end well.
Unwise. I was saying, do I see boats around?
No, not right. There's only boats down near the docks, right, of both sides, which are further upstream or downstream towards the actual sea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could try to cross other places, right, than here, but it doesn't look like you're getting through this area.
yeah. So we'll just. I assume our Hummer will just turn around and be like, "Looks like we're going a different way."
And the guard watches you disdainfully as you depart. So,
Some company of heroes we are.
Yeah.
Turned away the first blockade.
So you reconvene on your side of the river. How are you going to go about getting over to the other side of town?
Is there another crossing?
There is not another crossing by bridge. No. If you want to see here's what the actual map of Redwater looks like. 1 second.
Gentlemen, sirs, perhaps in the future it's best not to state our intentions right away.
I
Just a word of advice. For example, we could have said we wanted to go to other Redwater.
Tell them they have better bread. I don't know.
Yeah, this sounded interesting.
So how else might you get across the river?
How
Where are
wide?
the docks?
Okay.
How wide is it?
Swimming would be very difficult.
Okay.
But the docks. So, what is your intentions?
Find someone to take us across the river.
Just a small rowboat would suffice.
Even that.
Right.
Okay.
That is literally all we need.
So there's a man tying off a rowboat, which would probably hold the four of you. He's dragging in a net full of fish, and he looks to be heading to some place to sell his catch. Just a small folk.
Flying solo.
We should run, go home.
This is too hard. So what do you say to him? Do you say anything to him? Or?
Yeah, Harmon will walk up to him and say, "Hey, little," or I don't know how he feels towards little people. I don't think he hates them, I guess, but he's like, "Hey, short stuff, can I borrow your boat?"
Did I say he was a dwarf?
Savash is on the floor.
I swear I thought you said he was
Little small folk and tiny people are different things.
Yeah. So fine. It's a dwarf. And...
I swear I don't know.
No, it's okay. So the man looks up at Harmon and he says, "Oi, yes, how can I do for you, me lord? Just pulling my fish in. I could sell you some if you wish. Not skinned yet."
Yeah.
Harmon's like, I don't need the fishing. I need to borrow your boat.
"Oh, me boat. Well, it's the most expensive thing I own, sir. I could not with it. Would it come? Would you sink it? I couldn't even say, me lord. I'm sorry."
I guess Harmon just looks at the other guys.
Sir, please let me handle this. Good man, we need to, yes, like my friend said, borrow your boat, but none of us are sailors ourselves. Could we perhaps hire you to row us somewhere we wish to go? Not far.
Oh, well, perhaps. I typically, well, charge some ferry price. If you wish to pay me, I don't know, 5 silvers, my lord, I would be happy to row you across the way. Where are we going?
Just to the island, good sir.
Oh, the island? So you guys know how the character, right?
I don't.
The actual other part of the city is on the other side of the bank, right? Not the island. The island's just where the keep is. It's like a buffer between the two towns.
Oh, okay.
So
that's fine.
Sir. Yeah.
The other Redwater.
Oh, the other Redwater, but not to cross the bridge, huh? And he kind of laughs and he's like, "Well,
yeah, some people and their old hatreds die hard."
And he kind of chuckles and he's like, well, there are customs on the other side, just as there are here. You'll have to wait until nightfall. And, well, I don't want my hide skinned, so perhaps I'll get something else for my business, huh? You'll buy my fish?"
We could
I
use the
don't understand.
fish.
Do you gentlemen have anything illegal on you? I don't.
He says, "Well, then why don't you go across the bridge, huh?"
It's like I said, old hatreds die hard. They do not like some of these gentlemen's family names.
Even worse than having something illegal, I think, huh?
I know not. My only last name is my honorifics.
Well, what an honor, I'm sure, my lord, but honors do me no good. Only coin. Buy my fish, meet me here, and then at dusk I will paddle you across, quick as I mate.
I'm sure we could definitely use the fish after all those people just ate all our food.
Sure. Savash just shrugs. Up to you, gents.
Yeah, so we're waiting for nightfall.
Yeah,
How much for the fish?
Well, let's say 5 silver for the ferry and 5 for the fish would be quite appropriate, my lords. So he's gouging you, no doubt.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, what would you normally pay for
Oh,
fish?
maybe a silver.
So Harmon will say, don't you think that...
Do we even know that?
I mean, Harmon's just a regular dude, so
Okay.
he's just like known to be a swordsman and he hates rapers. And
Yeah, I mean, you might not. Honestly,
I guess that's true.
Those things are kind of beneath you.
We probably buy stuff from taverns instead of straight from the market.
Yeah, or it's just given to you, right? I mean, you might not even know. It's like kind of beneath you to even care.
Savage has so much money he's willing to.
I mean, Godwin might know. What is Godwin? I'd say Godwin's, since he's just a hired sword.
You mean Savage?
No, I mean Godwin, actually. Savage is...
Godwin's the king, like he's like one of the...
Oh, the guards.
It's one of the commanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Savage would definitely know, but he doesn't care. It's 10 silver. He'll pay it.
Okay. So you pay over 10 silver for the ride and for the fish. And the man says, well, here's your fish. And he kind of drags the net over to you and hands it to Savage.
He'll take it.
Okay. All right. So you're going to wait until dusk?
So what does the guy do immediately after?
He says, I'll meet you after. Here, at my rowboat will be here. And he, like, lifts the pouch and he's like, going to have a couple drinks and some food of my own, I think.
Sounds a plan. Then once he leaves, he'll just give it to another fisherman.
Yeah, so once he leaves too, Harmon just points to the boat and he's like, why don't we just go now?
Because that is theft.
And he shrugs, okay.
Okay. Will, are you back?
Yes, I am back.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Gentlemen, why would we be opposed to going through customs?
Well, you already tried that, right?
Yes, there. You said there's like customs.
Oh, customs on... Yeah. Mm-hmm. At the docks, yeah.
Whatever. He'll chill for a bit. Groom the furs.
Okay. So you guys hang around the wharf until nighttime, and you come back out to the boat, and he's sitting in it waiting for you.
Give him a salute and hop in.
Harmon follows.
All right, with everybody in the boat, you cross the river slowly. He paddles upriver, and it takes like at least an hour to get around the island. Probably a little bit longer, honestly, 2 hours. And he slides up next to the wharf, and this area of the wharf looks perhaps not particularly used very often. It's very dark.
But it's not sketchy. Like, we're not going to walk out and get shanked.
Well, I mean, it's very dark. There's only one lamplight that you can see nearby. It looks pretty sketchy, yeah.
Like raping everybody out here.
Here to every rapers.
And he says, well, this is the safest place I can let you off. He's like, don't head towards that lamp. Take an alleyway into the town.
Many thanks.
And he says, don't know how you're going to get back. For another 5 silver, I'll return. I'll wait here for, a couple hours. Paid in advance.
No need, good man. But for your troubles, he'll pay me another silver. Thank you very much.
And
Like he said, no need to wait around, but for your troubles.
he's like, now suit yourself. And he pushes away from the dock and slowly rows back out into the river.
I suspect we'll be here more than a few hours.
Okay. So you're in the wharf district of Redwater Town, the north side. How are you going to find what you're looking for?
So my man, Gohal, he rolled like a 21 to find this shit. Could he have given us instructions?
Or did
he not do it?
Yeah, so he did. Yes, that makes sense. He rolled a 21.
Like a 20. I actually don't remember.
That's fine.
High.
That's plenty fine. I had it written down here what I wanted to see. So yeah, because I remember that now. So you have an area of where they are, and they're not too far away from the wharf, actually. Once you get your bearings, they are in a small district connected to the wharf, an industrial sort of district where a lot of artisans are and that sort of thing. So supposedly they're in this small back alley, gambling den, kind of like where people just throw dice, not like a full gambling den, but just a small little area. And supposedly the guy you're looking for is named Eric, and he runs this small group of thugs. So you have directions, or you know how to get there, essentially.
Excellent. I believe it was this way, gentlemen.
Yeah, and Harmon will follow like as close behind as possible, pretty much.
Let's look at them.
Kind of sneaking, like trying not to make a whole bunch of noise and whatnot, avoiding that lamp.
Okay,
With that big ass armor.
Yeah, you head in the opposite direction. So, you head into this artisan's area of Redwater town. You smell the, chimneys of various buildings, like the Smith and whatever. You smell the smoke coming out. It's very, very thick and kind of almost toxic in this area. You hear lots of talking and laughing and probably even fighting, fucking, all kinds of, bizarre sounds as you duck between alleyways and walk, around corners and whatnot. So let me pull your tokens out real quick. If you guys want to pull your own tokens out, set them over this way somewhere.
Giants among men.
Mm-hmm. Nobody has massive, so. So you can basically do whatever you want, but so as you know that it's over this way, right? That's the building that you were told that where it was. So how do you go about going there? Do you just walk straight in? Do you sneak,
Which building did you say it is?
The one with a missy roof?
This one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, this one is. It's like these buildings. These three buildings could be any one of these. Right.
Yeah, I guess I would want to try to kind of sneak along the house, right, or whatever these buildings are down here, and get closer, trying to stay as hidden as possible. Or I mean, can we go underground?
No, there's no sewage in sewers.
Didn't think
Pop
so.
up like Mario.
Yeah. Yes, here be rapers. Yeah, so you guys can try to stealth your way along there. Feel free to roll stealth. Stealth sneak would be what you would need to roll.
This is gonna be so good.
Oh, this is gonna be brutal. We're gonna fall.
Yeah, we're gonna stumble all over ourselves.
Bust down the door, what up? That's gold. No one invested in stealth.
Alright, I'm just gonna start walking forward. Tell me when I fall on my face.
So, you want to roll, Will?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just
It's not so much you fall on your face as you walk into pots and pans.
Okay, it's not bad.
So you guys can go just move around in this area. It's fine. As you guys kind of walk down the alleyway, someone knocks over a potted plant. Someone, rustles some sort of pile of garbage around. Someone in a window of this looks out and goes, like exclaims as they're startled as they see your head, right? So yeah, as you get into this area, there are men. Okay, you might want to stop with God one there. Move him back here, please. So as you see the 4 men in an alleyway, and they are dicing. It looks like, and you do nothing.
Hey, Ted, we can see the DM notes here.
What?
Oh, that's me.
That's not me.
I was being funny.
Okay, well, I thought that was.
I can't see that saying it like that.
No, that was not me. I would not put that out there.
Right.
Well, that's why I thought it wasn't supposed to be on screen.
No, yeah. Gonna move Roderick up, or do you want me to do it?
Sorry, I'm having troubles. It's like
Yeah,
going
that's
really
fine.
slow for me.
I can do it. Not a big deal.
I'm gonna refresh the page.
Okay.
What poor city planning this is. So these buildings like butting against each other, or can I move through there?
You cannot. This
Or
is
that'd be contortion.
this is the only way. Yeah, if you can get a contortion, I would let you go through there. Sure. So basically, you didn't surprise anybody, and they kind of look up from their dicing. They like, "Oi, who's that? Coming to lose some money, huh?"
Well, no one sees anybody yet.
Harvard's like, what's the game?
Playing dice. Roll the bones. 10 copper a roll. You know how to play?
Depends on whose bones they are.
And he like kind of scrunches his face and he's like, "What's that, man? Eh? I can show you some bones." And he like grabs his crotch and shakes it. "Perhaps I'll show your mother. Come on, let's roll. Let's dice. Elsewhere, get out of here, huh?"
Yeah, Harmon would start walking forward. Does anybody like say anything as he's like before he does, or?
Oh, I'll agree right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like pulls out. How much did he say? 10 copper,
Yeah,
whatever.
he said copper. Yeah.
Yeah, so he pulls it out and he plays around with them, and he just kind of starts talking to him.
What does he say?
More tokens.
Just normal.
Yeah, you can move him.
Normal bullshit.
He'll be leaning
like,
against this wall or something.
Like I don't know. Where's the best place to get a drink around here? Blah blah blah. He's basically he's leading into the question, how are the women? And he's gonna kind of see what they say to that.
Why don't you go ahead and roll some sort of deception? Deception, bluff, or act would be good.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Friend from around the corner, come join us.
So he kind of shrugs and he's like, "Well, got some grog here," and he pats a small, like, pony keg of. He's like, "Free to have some for a couple coppers. Why don't you throw them bones, huh?" And he hands you the dice.
Yeah, and Harmon rolls.
All right, go ahead and roll 2d6.
Okay.
Odd, because it's minus 12 because he's cheating, obviously. Sorry, if he was, I didn't mean to spoil it. I was just making a joke.
A 6, and he's like, "Oh, that's an average roll." He's like, "Let me see if I can beat it," and he tosses down a small pouch of coin, which is his. And
dice is.
no, it's a lot more. Well, it's not a lot more complicated, but he throws he rolls an 8, and he's like, "Oi, sorry about that, fella," and he like takes your 10 coppers, and he's like, "Got a lucky streak tonight. Got a lucky streak." He's like, "What are all your other friends here? You gonna throw the dice or what?"
Godwin will join him.
No,
He throws 10 coppers on the table.
All right, roll your dice then. And he rolls and he frowns as he loses, and he's like, first loss, quite a roll. He's like, maybe this is all for me today. Going to go find some women, huh?
Harmon nods and smiles, and he's like, "Yeah, women."
He's like, I like 'em young. Don't know about you lads.
He says, "Younger the better. What's your best number?"
He's like, I don't know, just crawling's the right position for me, huh?
Yeah, and as soon as he says that, Harmon just pulls his sword and swings at the guy.
Okay, so
Initiative time.
yeah, it's initiative time, but let's see if you can ambush him right from that. So I'll do actually a agility quickness to see if you can get it out before he can perceive it. So we'll do agility quickness versus, or actually I'll let you do fighting. I'll let you do fighting long blades versus his awareness notice.
Okay. So fighting long blade.
Oh crap.
Okay, so 1 second. So he's probably, I think he gets a negative to his. Yeah. All right, so you have a plus 1d on fighting and marksmanship tests during the first round of combat. That goes for Harmon only. Let's begin. So let's roll initiative. You should have initiative macros if you so wish to use them. That would be great. That way I won't have to put them into the turn tracker. So try to use your initiative. Remember, it is your quickness and agility minus your armor penalty.
And we can just click the... Okay.
Click your token, there should be something...
Do you have one for...
Everyone should have one. Oh, Godwin?
No,
he does not.
yeah,
He does not have
Okay.
one. You'll have to do his manually.
So it's agility.
So I have no quickness.
So agility, and what else?
Agility and quickness.
I think I'm going first. Holy tits.
And the armor penalty is...
So we're looking at Roderick, right? So he would
Right,
be...
half plate.
That's going to be heavy. So let's see.
Do you
Well,
put a
it- it's-
2 or would you put a minus or?
You just put a 2. Don't put a negative in there. It won't work.
0?
So put 2?
Hold on.
Well, that was
For
for me. Sorry.
yeah, for half plate, it's more than that. It's significant. Let me find your character sheet. So it's basically, it should be in your character sheet. It should be if you look at
Half plate is -5.
Yes, it is -5. So you're going to just put a 5 in your macro. Yeah. So yep. Okay.
Awesome.
That makes sense.
Wait, that's a thing?
Well, it's just 0 essentially.
I just proved everyone wrong.
Yeah, it's just a 0. So
Like growing with a great sword in second edition. See you next round.
all right. So
Fucking 26.
Does that was that just to see if my hit, and now you want me to roll it again? Or
no,
is
no.
that
That
just for the ambush?
that was
That's
just to see.
kinda-
Yeah, that was just for ambush surprise, right? Once you if you
Okay,
get
cool.
if you get, so what I'm going to give you for surprise is you don't have to draw your weapon. Number 1. Number 2, you get a +1d on your next attack. Okay.
Awesome. So I'll roll
Yeah, just tell them
7,
what.
8.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Okay. So we are using advanced reach, so you should be cognizant of that, right? There are kind of some special rules that go around along with that.
So I was looking at that. Isn't it like pole arms if they're within your range?
Anything.
It hurts you.
So bear with me 1 second here.
I'm right next to it. Let me see.
Why is this not-
So who has weapons out right now?
Anybody who doesn't have basically anybody who has a weapon that you can't be holstered, like a halberd, right?
Mhm.
Or
Yes, like what happens.
or basically Harmon.
Okay. I did post that he has his weapons out, but under his cloak. It's above the deception roll.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll a stealth to see if you can do that without being spotted.
Sure.
Yeah, if you're going to do something like that, just let me know verbally because I don't really look at that
Okay.
stuff. No.
So really, the advanced reach only affects Godwin, right?
No, it's going to affect everybody. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll go over it in just a second. Because it's not just it's for everybody, not just somebody with a pole arm.
Well, I mean, I'm seeing reach 1, but if we both have a reach 1 weapon, I mean,
Yep, but that okay. So all right. So who says he has a reach 1 weapon? Number 1.
so I have a
But-
bastard sword.
Okay. So let me look.
Reach 1.
So that's reach 1. That's fine. That means you're personally in prime range to hit him. Okay. So that's range 1 where you are to him. If you were here, that's range 2. That's range 3. That's range 4. Okay. So you're in range 1. Okay. Anybody? So the things to understand. If you are, if you are inside or outside of your reach, up to 1 yard. So if you are where you are, or say you are here, you could still hit him with a negative 1d to your roll. 0 is you're in the same square. Okay, so that is also possible, right? That's reach 0. You're in the same square. Now, a free attack you get when you try to leave out of a square by more than 1 yard. Okay, out of their reach. So if he tried to, if he went 2 away, you would get a free swing. If he went 1, you don't get a free swing. Okay, does that make sense? And that's only if you're at range 1.
Yeah.
And I'll in this combat, I'll try to make sure you know when you're going to what things have to do with your reach, just so you can kind of practice, right? Okay. So first is Eric. First, he draws his blade, and second, it's a small stiletto, and he says, "Oh boy, you made quite a mistake, friend." And he moves into your square for reach 0. So he basically comes and is standing right next to you. So he's inside your reach now. Okay, Savas.
Hey. Savas is going to draw his weapon.
Mm-hmm. So that's your lesser action.
Okay. Then he can attack as a lesser action as well.
Correct.
I'm gonna...
Attacking Eric, I assume, since that's who you can hit from here.
With the... Yeah.
With your Bravosia
Yeah,
blade.
Eric. 12. Oh, that's bad. He rolls a 12 to hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking into a muted microphone.
No worries.
You try to attack him, and he moves to the side and evades your attack, basically putting Harmon in the way of you. So Harmon has in this current situation with the man like at 0 range for him, he has a -1d from that, and you have a +1d for your surprise.
But I can still lesser action move.
Yes,
Right.
you could. Yes,
and
you
then
can.
I could take a step back and swing, right?
You can because you're not moving more than 1 yard.
Perfect. So he's gonna take a step back and attack.
Okay. So you're just
This is gonna hurt.
now you get an extra die, so you're gonna have to do this manually, right? So, so let's,
I can do the complex skill thing, right?
Yeah, maybe. Try it.
Total
Just
die
add 1 to
is
your test.
8, right?
Let
So
me
I'll have
look.
8 die.
So
'Cause I have 7.
You have no. You have So you would have 7 dice.
I thought, okay, yeah.
Total of 7, because you don't get all your
Yeah,
3
right.
long ones, right? You get 2. So you get 7 dice, and you keep 5.
Wow.
Shit, I forgot I have to do target for this.
What do you mean target?
It has you want to input target value or whatever.
Oh,
Or the
it's a 13. So you hit. What's your damage? 5?
yeah, long blade, but one-handed.
Yep, so it's 5. And let me check him out real quick. So he soaks 2 of that, and so he takes 2 damage. So basically, you swing down and you cut his left arm, and he kind of like grimaces. Yep. All right, Godwin. Oh, I'm sorry. These guys are next. Actually, they should go before Harmon, but that's okay.
Oops.
That's okay. That's my fault. I didn't move them. Okay, so the first guy, which is your top left guy, he reaches down and picks up a crossbow and levels it at Savas and shoots. So lesser to pick it up, and then lesser to shoot. Let me swing with him. Shoot's messed up.
Assuming he's had a loaded crossbow around for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
What is his combat defense?
1 second, -3, so 19 right now.
Okay. And that is from, just give me a little, 19 from,
Oh, I see. From the he has 15 total from his stats, and +2 because he's a Proposi fighter with a Proposi blade, which doubles the defensive bonus.
mm-hmm. Okay.
I assume drawing an offhand weapon is also a lesser action.
It would be, yes.
Yeah. So right now he has 19.
Okay. So the red means they basically have an empty crossbow. So the next does the same, only he shoots at Godwin instead. This is which guy I don't really know, but what's Godwin's defense?
Who's controlling Godwin? His combat defense is 7.
7. That's 2 degrees of success. What is his armor?
Burgundy, so it's 8.
8. So 2 degrees of success on a medium crossbow. That is 8 damage with a pierce of 1. He takes 1 damage. So let me hook him up real quick.
Then we don't reroll initiative every round, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, so he took. Hell, hold on. What's happened? Oh, you did the other one. That's fine too. That's fine. You control it. That's all good. Just use the red one. That's easiest for me. And then the last one, who is here, picks up his crossbow and shoots point blank range at Roderick. We'll say.
Is there penalties or anything to that in this game?
No.
I was hoping if I stayed quiet enough, maybe they wouldn't hit me.
You have the plate mail, right? So what is your
Oh god.
combat defense?
Combat defense is 8.
2 degrees of success. That's 8 damage. Your plate mail gives you what? Like 10?
10.
9?
Yeah.
Which one?
Sorry, I assumed it was 10. My bad.
It's 9. Full plate's 10. So it's 9 with the piercing
Okay.
1, so it doesn't get through.
Awesome.
So the bolt just ricochets off your shield. All right, Godwin, go ahead.
He's gonna
Now,
use
so
his
you-
halberd.
So you're at a halberd. You're too
Can I reach
close.
it too?
You're too close.
Okay,
So
but I would have my weapon drawn already, right?
yeah, it's drawn. So you can step back. He doesn't have a weapon that can hit you, right? So if you step back to here, you would be in optimal range. Would you be in optimal? You would need to move to here or here.
You could
be an
also attack
option.
one of these two up top.
That's actually correct. You absolutely could. You'd still be in too close of range though, honestly.
So if I moved here,
No, two. You would be.
Okay.
You would. I'm sorry. I'm saying that again. If you were here, this guy is in range, perfect range. If you were where you were before,
Okay.
yeah, that's 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Then I'll attack him then.
So now that is a lesser action. So you would have one lesser action left. So you could aim.
That's true. Yeah. So I'll do an
as
aim. I'll do
Okay,
an attack.
so aim. So look at his stats. Let me bring him up. So Godwin, where is he? All right.
It's got a fighting 4, 3 and 4.
Yeah. So Godwin is going to roll. What's his fighting?
It'd be 7d6,
Yeah,
keep
76.
4.
Keep 4.
Yep, that is correct.
And then
76.
what do I get for
I'm
aim?
actually it's not 76 keep 4 because he has training. Halberd has training, so it's going to be.
Oh, okay, my bad then.
It's going to be. Wait, hold on. That's 2, and you get a bonus. It is 76. With it is 76. So with your aim,
Okay.
your aim gives you a bonus. So to be 76 keep 4.
Keep 4.
Mhm.
Okay.
And your damage is 7. And if you're using complex skill, you're going against a 7. All right, so that's 3 degrees of success. That would be 21 damage. So how do you
Damn.
murder this crossbowman here?
He uses the X part of the halberd and lops his head right off.
All right, dead is dead. Sir Roderick,
All right.
the turtle.
Yeah.
4.
I'm gonna attack the one to the left of me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, with your sword, he's 1 away, so that's perfect range.
Awesome. All right. I'm trying to figure out.
You
do
should
I
be
roll
able to just
complex?
click your button, right? You
Complex
should-
skill.
Yeah, it would be a complex skill.
Oh.
But you can just click your longsword button too. That's fine.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't have any modifiers, you can just click your weapons usually. Make it easy. So 16 versus 7. That's 2 degrees of success. How much damage does your weapon say it does?
It
Should be able to
does
say.
4.
4. So that's 8
4.
damage. His soak is 3. So he would take 7 damage. So you swing and you cut a nasty gash across his chest, but it doesn't fell him.
All right, back to turtle stance. And I think that ends my turn.
Actually,
Unless I can make
do me a
another swing.
favor. You could have aimed. So why don't you roll just a 1d6 and let's see if it helps.
Nice.
It does. So you hit with 18 versus a... So that's 3 degrees. So that changed it. So you kill him. So go ahead and describe how you kill him then.
So I feel like Roderick would kind of take his longsword and like plunge into him to the point where he's kind of like pinned onto the wall.
Okay. So you just take your longsword and just cram it through his chest until the point of your sword hits wood.
Right.
Okay. Dead. Eric again. So, what are you doing, you bastards? What do you want the coins there? I'm gonna stab you right in the fucking dick. And he moves into range with Harmon and attacks. So, hold on, this is gonna be fun. Alright, bear with me here. Alright, so... Uh, 14, what's your combat defense?
13.
So that's a hit. What's your armor's scale mail? Right, for 6. So I don't think it's going to get through. He has Pierce 1.
Still let it have Pierce 2.
Oh, yes, he has a total of Pierce 3. I'm sorry. Because he has Short Blade Fighter 1. So a Pierce 3, so you have 3 damage versus his... you have 3 soak versus his damage of 5. So you take 2 damage.
Okay.
Oh god, I did it too. What just happened? Alright, well, I don't know what happened. Whatever. Okay. So... Savas.
Okay, he is going to draw his offhand dagger. And will lesser action aim, and then destiny point to attack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forget about those.
Yeah, you can spend
We
a
always
destiny
do.
point.
Fucking damn it.
And he just proves too nimble again. Just kind of sidesteps and puts Harmon kind of in the way. Harmon, what are you going to do about this guy harshing you?
He wants to do an athletics knockdown
Okay,
with the lesser action.
okay.
And that's just straight athletics.
So knockdown is a lesser action, so you're going to roll a athletics test against his agility.
Against those passive agility results, whatever that means.
Yep. I know what that is, so go ahead and roll your knockdown.
Yeah, 11.
11, that's fail.
Okay.
So you
and
try
then
to knock him down, and
attacks,
and he just kind of skirts out of the way.
yeah, so frustrated, he'll attack. Actually, I can't do the same lesser action, right?
That's correct.
Twice in one turn.
That's
right?
correct.
So yeah, he'll just attack.
Yep.
So I'm too close, right?
You're too close, so you're going to get a negative 1d.
Okay, actually.
So if you were going to attack, you would roll, let's see, what is your fighting? So your fighting's 4, I assume. So you would roll 6d6, keep 3. That's what you would roll if you attack. Nice. 18.
So 18.
That's a 1 degree of success. Your damage is 5.
One-handed with, yeah.
So he takes another
bastard.
3 damage, right? Let me just maybe for a second. He's got 6. I don't understand what's going on with the tokens. They're not working.
Yeah, I had to use the green one since the red one wasn't working.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, I tried to use the health bar, right? But it's not working, so hold on. No, see, I have that all set up.
Did you put it in the edit token section?
Yep. I don't know what's going on. I tried to do, I'm just going to do it manually, I guess. Yeah, manually works fine. Just not using the health. Like, Harmon should be at 9, or, yeah, 9.
10. I have 12 minus 2.
Okay, minus 2, okay. Yeah, so, alright, cool. That's fine. Alright, so Harmon cuts him up again. So this guy reloads his crossbow and fires this time at Godwin. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's see, where is that guy? I really need to stop.
It's not going to go well for him.
Really need to stop closing stuff. Okay.
Because he's next.
13. What's your combat defense?
That's a 7.
He's gonna soak it.
So 2 degrees of success.
Oh, maybe not.
What's your armor, Brig?
It's 8, yeah.
So you take 1 damage
Okay.
because he has Pierce 1.
Yeah.
All right, big
He's
ass
also
guy.
about to get halberd to face.
Yeah.
So, is it my turn? Yeah.
Yep, it sure is.
I'm gonna take a step over, and then I'm just gonna swing at the other birdie.
Okay, sounds good.
Why do I keep closing?
I know.
Characters,
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any other modifiers. I just roll how.
No, yeah, this should just be a straight swing. 17.
Good lord.
3 degrees of success, 21 damage. Yep. So, what? How do you kill this one?
Godwin pretty much runs at him and runs him through with the spear point of the halberd.
Nice. All right. Roderick.
All right. So where is this last guy?
He's under Harmon. He's in the same space as Harmon.
Ah. Can I move here and still attack, or?
Yes.
Would
mhm.
it-
You sure
okay.
can. Mhm.
All right. So
You just don't get the aim this time.
Right. That's fine. I'm gonna swing at him.
Okay. Nice. You're rolling well. So that's 2 degrees of success. What's your damage?
4.
4. Okay.
So 8, right?
Yep. So that'd be 8 minus his 3. He would take 7 damage. Maybe for 2 seconds here. So he would take. So he will take 2 injuries. To soak
Damn.
all that.
Damn. That's what, -2 or yeah.
Just the -2. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's going to do a 2-weapon attack versus Harmon. So he has an offhand dagger. Okay. All right, bear with me. $29.
Well then,
Holy shit.
that's 3 degrees for sure.
What's your combat defense?
Well, maybe not. Yeah, I think it is. 13.
13. That is 3 degrees. Yep, almost 14. Almost 4. I mean. So that's so he used a 2-weapon attack, so he does 6 damage. So that's 18 minus your 6 soak minus 3. So basically, you took 15 damage.
Can he? So he can. Even if I'd have to take an injury there, right?
So how much damage or how much
I have
hit
10
points?
HP.
You have 10 HP. He did 18. So if you take a wound, you take no damage. Oh, actually, he hit you with the 20. No, it's already in there. It's not in there. Why is it a +2 instead of a -2? Hold on. This sheet is awful. So it was a 27, but I don't think it matters. Actually,
That's still 3.
27 minus 13? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I just really hope that
yeah,
these
it's
really
3.
indeed the rapers.
Not just some guys playing dice.
Yeah, they're just like talking about just, getting like barely.
Yeah, and fucking babies and stuff. Yeah.
It's like I'm young, saying just basically, oh, I just like girls that are barely over the age of 18 or something like that.
He referenced them crawling. I don't know. Seems kind of.
Yeah, no, you think that you're pretty sure from goals rolls that these are the guys.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Roderick's pretty sure. I'm just like, as a player, I'm just like, well, this could like be really bad if it wasn't.
Okay, so you took 18 damage, so you can take a wound, it'll negate it all, or you can take as many injuries as you want. So you'd have to take like 3 injuries, I think, to negate most of it. You would negate 12 of it of 6.
Well,
sorry,
if I took a wound,
you would negate it all.
And that's only 1 wound, so that would only that's just basically a -1 on my rolls, right?
1d.
And
dice.
if I took all those injuries,
so if you take a wound, that's -1d, right? That's a dice kept, you lose. If you take 3 injuries, it's just a flat -3 to your roll.
well, how many can he take? Hold on.
He can take up to his endurance. So you can take 4.
is-
You can take 4. You can take 3 wounds and 4 injuries.
Yeah, so he'll take the injuries.
Okay, so you take 3 injuries. Just mark those in some way.
Yep, there's a bubble for it.
Okay. Savas, let's see if you can hit this guy finally.
Right. Just quickly looking up the rules for grab.
There is a rule for grab, if you so wish. It is I think you have to use brawling. Right?
Yeah.
It's a brawling attack.
So no.
Yeah, probably.
He
not.
will aim and then attack.
Yep, you can do that. So you're gonna probably have to do that manually or with the macro.
I was gonna say I'll read you all the advanced actions if you want. I'm right at the page.
15 he hits.
Yep, 1 degree of success. What's your damage?
5.
5, so he takes
So
2
just
damage.
3. 2.
Mm-hmm. So you stab him, but just barely on this one. Okay. Harmon again.
Can I use a destiny point to add a die to another knockdown roll?
Add a die.
Is that not?
You can get extra bonus die. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yep, you can do that for sure.
So instead of rolling, so I'll roll 5d6, keep 4.
That doesn't
3?
sound right. So you would roll
Oh wait,
66 keep 4 minus, or I'm sorry, 76 keep 4 minus.
for a knockdown.
Oh, a knockdown. I'm sorry.
I thought you said knockout too.
No, I was looking at just attack.
Well,
hold
no,
on.
okay. Actually, I meant to ask about that first. I'm so glad Mitchell said that. The knockout, that can be done at any point.
No, he has to be unaware of you.
Okay, see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
So
would have had to try to
sneak up and then
Yeah.
So basically, if you're gonna do knockdown again, you can add a bonus die to your roll. Yeah, it's an athletics roll. So where's your athletic? Your
4 athletics.
Yep. So 5d6 keep 4.
Minus 3.
Yes.
Nice.
So you're able to knock him down. You basically put your shoulder into him, and he falls to the ground at your feet.
Okay, and then
So now you get to attack him in your same space again. So basically,
actually, I will. So I'll just get my regular attack.
you get exactly. Your wound is negated by your bonus. Or actually, no. So you don't have a wound. So basically, what you're gonna roll, you get an extra test dice. So what do you roll? Normally, you roll 66.
I roll 4 fighting, 3 long blades. So
yeah, but you have a bastard sword, so you're rolling 66 keep 4. But in this case, you're gonna roll a 66 keep 5 minus 3. Make sense?
yeah, so roll 66, keep 5 minus 3.
Hit.
For the 5 damage.
Mm-hmm. So he takes 1 injury. So yeah, that's 1 degree 5. One. Let's see, does he even do that? So he's got 2, so he'll take 3 damage. Yeah, he's gonna take 1 injury to negate it. Okay. Godwin.
So if I'm here, would I be 2 away technically from?
No, you would. You would be 2 away. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll do that. I'll move and then I'll do another.
Okay, you get an extra test die.
Okay. So is it a D or one an extra D?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So it's a 76 then.
So he takes 7 damage. He's gonna have to take a wound. Well, 7 damage minus 4 damage, but he's still gotta take a wound.
Getting there.
So you basically come down and almost cut his arm off at the elbow as he's laying on the ground. As you guys are just kind of piling around him as this guy's laying underneath your feet.
Okay.
All right, Roderick.
Oh, I just realized I was not pushing the button for push to talk.
That's okay. Gotcha.
That happens.
So I am going to attack him once more.
Mm-hmm. So
Maybe
you can
my
aim
luck
from
will
here.
Continue.
Yep.
Oh,
So-
I can aim from here?
Yep, you can aim from here, and you're gonna get an extra die, so you want to do it manually. So, walking you through it. So you normally roll. You normally roll 4d6, keep 4. In this case, you're gonna roll. You're gonna actually roll 6d6, keep 5.
Hey, look, another 20.
Yep. So you basically almost chop his other arm at the elbow. Okay.
Nice.
So the first thing he does is stand up. Okay. So he stands up, and then he's going to try to move. Right. So he moves. Let me see. Make sure. I think he only moves 4. He's only moved 4. So 1, 2. So as he's there, right? He's moved out of your reach. Harmon gets a free swing at him at his normal attack. So so you basically get a free attack because he's moved.
So that's
60. You get 66 keep. 66 keep. 4 minus 3. $15. 1 degree of success. Let's see if he can take anything. He can take one more injury. So he
Man,
is
this
here.
guy's
He
Built.
moves here. And then, so if he moves there,
You
and
can
moves
also get one.
there, yeah, Savas also gets one.
No bonuses?
Nope, you just get your normal attack.
God damn it, these ones.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he'd be over here.
I think Godwin gets one.
Let's see. So he's within 2 there. Yeah, he does. So he would
And
get.
Roderick, do you have a
Right.
two-hander?
Yep. Every single person gets one. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Looking at it. Yep. So everybody.
Lay into this guy.
What do I roll?
You're going to roll your. Just you can click the button.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Okay.
Miss.
My luck
Godwin,
ran out.
you might be the
That's what
last.
I'm looking forward to. There we go.
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
So he. That's 1 degree of success. Is he going to be able to do anything about it? Is the question. He can take 1 more wound,
He's fucked.
so he's here. All right.
Let's see if I can finish this. Lesser action move.
Mm-hmm.
Lesser action aim.
No,
Destiny
you're-
point.
No,
Yep.
you hit an attack.
Okay.
Destiny point for.
You got enough to spend that many? You got 2, right?
Damn
Yep,
it.
you
I
do.
forgot to use my destiny point.
Fucking hit something.
That's good enough to hit him and kill him. I don't think he can. It's 5 damage, so
Yes, sir.
so he's got 3. Oh, he can take it. He takes it just barely.
Damn.
Down to 1. So he's stabbed, but he doesn't fall.
He's the
This guy
equivalent
is
of
fucking
the Black Knight.
indestructible.
But the thing when he moves, he's gonna get hit again.
Oh yeah.
Or
There
he's
is
gonna
no
get
disengage action, is there?
I'm gonna hit
attacked. I
him
don't
too.
think so. Yeah, run up on there.
You're fucked.
Well, I don't know if I can. I can't run all the way there, can I?
You can move even with your bulk rating. You can get here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna throw a javelin, but fuck, I'll just.
Oh, you can throw a javelin too if you want.
I'd rather,
Use
I'd
lesser
rather,
action.
Attack him.
Shit, I think why don't you roll just the way this is agility contortion to see if you can get in that square with Savas.
See, then yeah, I will definitely just throw a javelin.
Okay, you can just throw a javelin. So what you'd have to do, you can drop for free, right? You can drop your sword
Right.
for free and lesser action. to
Yeah.
draw it and throw it.
Yep. So for me, I have a 3 marksmanship, 2 thrown.
I'm going to give him some cover too. I'm going to give him, just based on how he's there, I'm going to give him. I want to give him cover.
2 things I need to buy: lighter armor and like a pole arm that I could carry.
So will I get like a -2 to a die, or
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I want to give. Let's go ahead and just, I'll just give you a -2 to your roll. So you'll have a total of -5 with your injuries.
So 3 mark and javelins are thrown, so 3 and 2.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like 5d6 keep 3 -5. Whiff.
Godwin, my man. I'm excited every time he goes.
Like, can I get up to him to be able to?
I don't think you can because your bulk rating. You can just get. Actually, you can get here.
You can get within range, and then if he moved, you'd be able to hit him at least.
He's not in range there, but
Even if he's right here.
So he can get to here, right? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. But remember, you can attack one space outside or inside.
Outside and take a 1d.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
And
I'll do that.
I'm giving him cover as well against your attack. So, so basically, you're gonna keep 1 less die, and you're gonna have a -2 to your roll
Okay.
because you're swinging over Savas's head and not trying to chop his head off.
Yeah, that'd be nice. So. Oops, I. There we go.
Miss.
No.
All right, Roderick, you're the last one. So you definitely can't get into range. You can get here at the most, and then you could do attack an attack where you get a -1d as well.
Can Savage give me like one of his like?
You have destiny points.
Yeah, you could spend a
that's
destiny point to aim an attack.
Can I spend 2 destiny points?
To do what?
I don't know, just increases the effect.
So you could do something like, so you could, for instance, convert a bonus die to a test die. You could aim and then convert it to a test die. So, yeah, so how about this? So you spend a destiny point to have another lesser action for an aim, right? So, for an attack, whatever. And then you use a bonus die to convert that lesser action into or that bonus die into a test die. So basically what you'll do is you'll roll 4d6 keep 4 in this instance. Does that make sense to everybody? I kind of didn't spell it all out.
I actually have a question. Have we
Sure.
been taking into account Harmon's, like, he has a, what's it under? Hold on.
If he has like specialization in long blade, not specialized, but
Expertise
feature thing?
long sword plus 1d. I don't think we've been taking that into account.
Nope. If you have qualities, yeah, that's. I
totally
can't.
forgot
I
about
can't keep
that.
track of them all, right?
No,
so.
I know.
That's fine.
I totally forgot because there's no way. Can I just add one to my long blade? And, well, no, because that technically it's not the same thing. We'll just have to remember I have because that basically effectively makes my fighting a 5, right?
Yep, right, exactly.
So can I just? Yeah.
We'll just know for your next turns or whatever. That's fine.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So Roderick can roll 46 keep 4, essentially. All that math. So basically what happens is, so just to spell
I
it out.
disconnected there for a second.
Oh, okay, no problem. So basically, if you spent 2 destiny points, right, like you're saying, the first one would be for another lesser action. So you move with one lesser action, right? You aim with another lesser action. Then you take another destiny point and you convert that aim to a test die. Okay? So that would give you 5d6 keep 5, right? However, you are too far away, so you have to take one less die. So you're going to roll 5d6 keep 4. Actually, does that make sense to everyone? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's 46 keep 4.
5d6 keep 4.
And question.
Mhm.
So Savage can't like pass me a javelin if he had one.
I don't think he has one, nor could he.
No, that would be on my action to do for you.
Yeah. So you're actually gonna do 5d6 keep 4 minus 2 because Savas is giving him cover. I don't think it's gonna matter. This is a pretty good roll.
14.
That's enough to hit. I don't think he can.
Nice.
I don't think he can do anything else. So how do you kill the guy as he's or defeat him? You don't have to kill him, but.
So I'd like to wield the blade part, the blade part of my sword,
Mm-hmm.
and then just reach over and just bash him with my pommel.
Yep. Oh God, what is that called? That actually has a name.
Murder strike.
Yeah, murder
Right.
strike. So basically, you flip the orientation of your sword and come over Savas's shoulder and give him a murder strike straight on the shoulder blade, and it just crunches his collarbone and he crumples to the ground, rolling in agony, half delirious and unconscious.
Oh, can we take him?
Yeah.
Let's take him,
We can.
and then we can make him. We could charge him for his crimes.
Harvard says, are we out of initiative?
Yeah, you're done. Combat's over.
Yeah, so Harvard says, our mission was not to take rapers as captors. Our mission was to kill them.
Very well.
I agree.
And you hear in the distance some noise and some crunch, crunch, crunch of armor heading this way because there's been people yelling
Yeah,
and
so
screaming at the
Harmon
fighting.
Kill him
Immediately,
and-
Harmon slits his throat and runs.
Okay.
And
I'm out.
yeah, he says this way. And
All right,
away
so
from the
I want
marching.
everybody. So you can pick athletics run or stealth sneak.
Harmon's going athletics run.
Okay, and just don't forget your destiny points.
Nothing for me yet? What do you think?
Yeah, I used mine, right? I used one. I only have one. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I used it. I didn't mark it, but I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay.
Does he have
Can I go with
don't
agility
have any
quickness?
I have one destiny point.
I would allow agility quickness. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Godwin cannot use destiny points.
Oh, we can't? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Can I use one?
Oh my
Didn't
gosh.
you just spend 2? Do you have any left?
Yes, I believe. No, I don't.
Okay.
Damn it.
So athletics is probably your best. Okay, so actually everybody succeeded. So by various,
what?
9 was the TN. So basically, by various methods, you escape the scene before any guards get there, leaving the dead behind, bleeding, and Savas, as he's running by, probably grabs up the coins or something.
Sure, I like that.
No. And so, yeah, you all escape after doing your job. And later on, in the early, morning hours, report to Henry, so you guys can feel free to roleplay that if you so wish.
Savash, having literally done nothing, will just let Project do the talking. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, and Harmon would have allowed them to just go, let him know the deed was done. He'd return home.
Cursed rapist, scum of the earth.
All right.
The trap been taken out.
All right, so that's your first little scene. So the next scene happens a couple days later with Henry preparing to hide the apostates after the rapers have been dealt with. So the idea that has been floated between everyone is to meet with some of your criminal syndicate contacts and to get them to help hide them. There's been a meeting scheduled for the Mixed Water Tavern. This has been set up by Edgar, the proprietor of the Mixed Water Tavern, who has brokered the deal. So in this scene, we need Henry, right?
Yep.
And we need someone to play Edgar. And then we'll need, if anyone else wants to join, two other peeps.
I don't mind Gohal being there. I'll play some Gohal.
Okay, cool.
Holy crap.
That's a really large go hole.
Beware.
Huge.
It's got double massive.
Right? Colossal.
Yeah. So.
And then never mind.
No, go ahead.
Did somebody want to actually play the apostate?
Oh yeah, you could play the apostate, or I could play Edgar, or however you want to work it.
If we're cool, we're cool. I just didn't want anybody to forget that.
Yep. I mean, who are you gonna play? Do you want to play Edgar, or he is your NPC? You might be muted. I don't know.
The curse of push to talk. Hello?
Hello? Say something, Will? Hello? Oh,
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Wi-Fi was acting up on me.
No, it's okay. I was just asking, do you want to play Edgar or one of the apostates or whomever?
I'll play one of the NPCs. And I think this is one of the, it is one of the NPCs.
Mm-hmm. Edgar is the Mixed Water Tavern proprietor, right? So
yeah.
So essentially, I don't know how much you heard, but essentially, there's been a deal. Edgar has brokered a deal with the local criminal syndicate that you guys have in your withholding, right? That you basically are going to have them hide the apostates for you. So just to get this out of the way, someone needs to make a knowledge streetwise test. Yeah, I figured.
$19.
Okay. All right. So you walk into the Mixed Water Tavern, which is basically the Redhawk friendly tavern. And the proprietor is very friendly to House Redhawk. You walk in, there's a few people milling around. There's probably a dozen people in here, so you have no idea who the contact is. But you do see Edgar at the bar, so you guys feel free to roleplay amongst yourselves.
Today, Gohal is a redhead with a full beard, also an older man.
No.
So
we ran a top screen and blood
Henry
alcohol level.
sits down at the bar, probably orders a drink, and says, "How are you today, Edgar?"
Well,
Another one bites the dust.
he must be having Wi-Fi issues. Edgar nods and he's like, "Good, my lord. Your contact is here."
Like, good. I must speak with him as soon as possible.
He's like, "Very well. There's some people about. It's been a strange day. Some ruffians, but don't know if he's with the contact that you're meeting. I've never met him before, actually."
Well, where is this contact then?
And he kind of nods to a man sitting at a table by himself. He has red hair with shaven sides of his head and a thin beard. And he's just drinking a tankard of ale by himself in the corner. This gentleman.
Okay, so to the two with me, who what's the? I guess I'm trying to figure out if Henry would want you two to come to the table with him, or if he would want to speak to this guy alone. So I'm kind of trying to these two characters that you guys are feeling.
It's up to you, my lord.
So I guess he just gets up and walks over to the table.
I'm back.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so how much did you guys hear before I disconnected?
None.
Nothing.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
Say what you're gonna say. It's fine.
So what did Henry order?
An ale.
Yeah.
Okay. Edgar's going to say, Henry, it's been a while since I've seen you around these parts. One ale coming up.
Okay, so you want me to move my thing back and start over?
Yeah, just kind of retcon what I did. I basically just mentioned where the contact is, but I would like you guys to roleplay. That would be good.
Yeah, so he takes the ale and he says thanks, and he says, so have you made, I hear you've made contact with the men I need to hide my friends?
He's going to lean in close and goes, "Not so loud, boyo. But yes, I've got a contact. Is that Oren, the Oren guy, by the way?"
Yes.
Okay. And he's going to kind of do a little head nod while looking straight at Oren. So it's kind of looking past Henry and just doing a little nod.
And Henry will make a slight look over his shoulder at him and look back. And when he does that, he says, anything special I should know about this guy?
Is there anything special?
You don't know much about him. Actually, he was introduced to you by your contact to the criminal syndicate, and you know that he is a fairly important person within their ranks. And yeah, he would be important enough to talk to Henry, who is, heir.
Right. No, I know absolutely nothing, but I do know he's a good contact, so I vouch for him.
He'll nod, and he'll pay a little extra to Edgar for whatever the ale would cost. So if it's 1 copper, he'll pay 5. If it's a silver, he'll pay 2, kind of thing.
Thanks, my lord.
And he'll look to the other two, and he'll say, shall I talk to him myself, or are you two interested in being part of this conversation?
Brett, will you roll will dedication for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so in the bar, as you ask your companions, your guard and your spy master, Hector feels the urge to drink and drink heavily.
Rory drunk. the only downfall to having burned the bottle.
No,
So
that's
wh-
awesome.
So what do you do?
Being me, Hector, he drinks quite a few ales in a quick succession and proceeds to
Don't make
run around the bar.
Edgar is going to say, "Don't make me put a limit on you. Sit your ass down."
Hector just laughs at him and chugs another ale. But he would run around the bar, singing or yelling "Bear in the Maiden Fair."
So as Henry is preparing to, you just start pounding what is the equivalent of, something to get drunk pretty quick plus ale. And as Henry is ready to sit down with this guy, you're starting to sing and dance and
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
He'll just say to the spymaster that if I tap the table 3 times, just come over.
Nods his head. Mentions something about his friend being a class act.
And so Hector, as he's dancing, someone bumps into him, and Hector, in his cups, takes that to is not happy, and so there's some pushing and shoving, and the guy punches Hector in the face, and yeah, they're starting a brawl basically, and this guy stands up, right, looking very nervous, and he might leave.
So
Can Edgar, like, I imagine Edgar to be like this big hulking guy. Like he was a soldier
Sure.
before he retired. So
Mhm.
I would like if it's possible to just have Edgar like kind of pick both of them up by the collar. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, you go over to rough handle him, and it's hard to get a hold of. Go ahead and roll brawl if you want, fighting brawl. You can see if you can do it.
I don't have anything on him.
Oh, he doesn't have any stats. Okay, that's fine.
He's not stated.
That's why I was kind of like That's why I was like,
what do you think his fighting would be? 4?
Yes.
Would he have brawl? Do you expect? Okay,
I
so
feel like being a barkeep, he would
okay.
kind of have to rough up.
Okay, I would probably so go ahead and roll 66 keep 4. And then Hector, I want you to roll your base fighting.
Alright.
Damn.
Oof.
So Hector drunk with this guy, basically Edgar walks out and grabs them both by the nape of the neck, and just like leads them towards, I guess you tell me what you do with them. You have complete control of both of them.
I'm going to.
And they're like trying to
towards the
punch over
entrance.
your shoulder, like trying to hit each other.
Right. I would like to assume that the road is dirt, so it
Mhm.
would be muddy, somewhat muddy, and it would just kind of bring them both towards the entrance and just chuck them both out, and they would land in the mud.
Okay. All right, so Hector does a phenomenal job being a bodyguard, and gets drunk.
In the span of minutes.
Yeah, and
Question: can my disposition towards Hector shift because of
absolutely,
something like this?
absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe Henry's disposition towards Hector would change.
Okay, we can
But
figure
it
out what
wouldn't
that'll
be
be.
drastic, and that's why I don't know if it would actually change because I don't want it to be drastic. Maybe it
I mean, it could
doesn't
go
have to
from.
change,
I don't
but-
know what it is right now. It's probably amiable.
Yeah.
It could go to indifferent, something like that.
Okay.
We can talk
We'll see.
about what that
Yeah.
is later, but
Edgar, as he's kind of walking back to the bar, he kind of looks over to Henry and just nods, just go on.
Yeah, Henry drops another whatever he already put down on the so another piece of silver or whatever, copper, whatever it is
Okay.
for the ale, as a nod, and then he walks over to What is this, Orin?
Orin. So Orin kind of was standing up, and he sits back down, and he's like, "My lord, you have some rowdy friends, rowdier than mine, I would even say."
He nods and he says, "Yeah. He's not too great when he drinks."
He's like, "I guess not. Some men just cannot handle their ale."
Agreed. Now, to business. I hear you may be able to hide some people from me. And he whispers it. Not sure. I mean, he knows nobody else is in here, but he's not trying to, like, yell it or nothing.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand. He's like, "Aye." He's like, "It is possible." He's like, "But what's in it for us, my lord? Who are these people? Why do you want them hid?"
They're men the faith militant deem unworthy of life, yet they have done nothing wrong but protect themselves from hooligans.
And Orin smiles, and he's like, "So the faith militant is their enemy? Huh. Like, that is not an enemy I wish to have, my lord. Regardless of their worth or not worth of disdain."
So he'll do, I don't know if you want this to be a kind of persuasion, but he'll say,
Yep.
"Yes, but if you help me hide these men, soon I will be fighting back against the faith militant, bringing all the heat off of your little syndicate."
And he's just like, "Ah." So let's do an intrigue. So go ahead and roll status. You can do your intrigue macro. Your
Okay.
initiative.
So, yeah, Henry, intrigue, initiative. So reputation 0. Oh, but that should be reputation and stat, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your status is your kept dice, right?
Yeah. Penalty 0. Bonus 0. I assume.
Yes, that's correct. Where is he? I'm pretty sure you're going to be going first. Okay, so you go ahead and go first. So what are you going to try to do here with the intrigue? Are you going to influence with persuasion?
Yeah, so that first one,
Yeah, it sounded like convinced to me,
do.
probably.
Yeah, I wanted to convince him that with this, all the heat's taken off of his criminal syndicate.
Yep, sounds good. So
and then I have expertise when I use convince as well.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna roll. Let's see. Your persuasion is 4, right? So
yeah, and then 2 convince normally.
Oh, so you're gonna roll. You're actually gonna roll 7d6, keep 5, and you'll be using your will. So before we get started, what do you think your disposition is to this guy?
So Henry obviously knows of the criminal syndicate, and I would assume the ones dealing with Edgar. So like, there's obviously those bad guys over there that were raping people, and then there's these ones that more are running like illegal gambling and brothels maybe, or stuff like that. So
and they cut you into things, right?
Exactly. So I think his disposition would be whatever's just above indifferent. Like, he would probably like them, but not. Yeah, but not.
That's fine. Yep. So you'll roll what I just said. You should roll +1. So what did I say? I said you roll
7d6.
Keep 5. Yep. 7d6. Keep 5 +1. That's what you roll.
Yeah, because of the expertise with convince or.
21.
And his will is
4.
My will is 4.
So that is going to be 3 degrees of success.
Technically, when persuading, right, I can't roll ones. So should I re-roll?
Oh yeah, because of attractive, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you should definitely re-roll the 2 ones. Yep. So you just need above a 2. So that's actually both going to help. So that's +2 +1. So that's you rolled a 24.
All right, cool.
Okay. So is that more than? No, it's still just 3 degrees of success. But so that's so 4 times 12. And he is indifferent to you. So basically, I said 12, right? So that's a composure hit of 8. So all right. So I know what he has left. So he's like, not being in trouble sounds good, better than being in trouble, I suppose. And he kind of laughs, and he's like, well, my lord, I don't know about all this still. The faith militant come down. Who says you will even be in charge once they're done? They have a larger army than you, I would guess.
Let's see. He is going to.
So basically, what so 1 second. He says, my lord, if I'm going to do this, we should be compensated, and compensated well. And so he's going to roll a bargain against you.
Okay.
So 17. What is your intrigue defense?
Ooh. 10.
Okay, so he has 2 degrees of success. Let me see what bargain is cunning. So okay, so that's 8 damage. You were amiable. So you have 3. So basically, you take 5 composure damage.
Okay.
So you're down,
So I'm
to
down to 12 to 5.
Yep. You're down to 7.
Or
So
down to 7. I mean,
Yep.
down 5 from
Yep.
12. Yeah.
Yep. So go ahead.
Okay. So. He's gonna try to. I don't know. I want to use charm, but
Yep.
I guess he's gonna say something like he sits very upstanding and confident, and he smiles and he says, yeah, maybe their army's a little bigger, but look at me. I mean, do I look like somebody who fails very often? I've gained my father's favor. I'm next in line. And he kind of laughs a little, and he's like, maybe with these guerrilla fighters that I intend to use, we'll actually gain the upper hand on this larger faith militant army, as he puts it in air quotes.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll your charm.
And there's a 1 there, so I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
Wait, is that right?
Yep, you can re-roll 1.
Oh, I was making sure the roll was right to be added.
Yeah, because you don't have expertise in that, right? So.
Nope, not charm.
So basically, you are 2 better. So you got a 19. So Orin nods and he's like, me and my friends have always helped the Redhawks. I don't see why we should not these days. You've always been good of us and letting us have a bit of a free reign. And we cut you in on the profits. I suppose we'll help this time. And he's like, tell me where they are, and I'll have them squared away before you know it.
So Henry he talked to them on the edge of town, right? And
Yeah, something like that.
he told them to make a small camp, maybe somewhere near the keep, or something, in the mountains.
That's fine.
And somewhere easily identifiable by him, but others may not know. And he tells him pretty much the exact location. they'll be right here. There's a large bend, and then you'll see a couple boulders on the side, and there's a cave around it. That's where they'll be.
He's like, all right, my lord. If you wish to get in contact with him, I'll have my man talk to yours over there. And he nods to Edgar. He's like, the brute that just made your guard look silly.
He just like kind of grunts from far away.
And he says, "Thank you, sir," and puts his hand out to shake.
And he reaches across and shakes your hand. And he's like, 2 more favorable business in the future, my lord.
He nods and says, "Agreed," and stands up and walks over to the spy.
Okay, and as you do, Orin stands up, finishes tankard, and departs. And as he walks out, Hector is kind of laying like next to the entrance, and he kind of steps over your passed out body.
Yeah, and then where's Mitchell's character?
He's
Yeah.
yeah, right there. He's just
Oh, he's on turn.
handstanding.
I didn't. Yeah.
No, I'm facing the direction.
Yeah, I know.
So he walks over to him and he says, "It is completed. Shall we return? Or do you have
Excellent,
some
my
drinking
lord.
to do, perhaps?"
That went better than expected. Oh no, I don't. I don't indulge in the job.
He smiles and says, "Job's over."
Fair enough.
And he'll actually, he'll go back over and maybe grab one more drink, talk with the spy, and then say they should go.
He'll drink with the Lord, and then afterwards he'll leave.
Yeah, and as they're walking out, he's gonna like kick Hector in the ribs, or like in the he's armored out, right?
Yeah, he's probably got some armor on.
Yeah, so it's not meant
My
to
lord, should I fetch a pail?
hurt.
Hope to see you
Sorry,
again,
what?
my lord.
No, he's like trying to kick you to get you up.
Hopefully not with your friend.
Oh yeah, different person. Yeah, and Henry like waves and he says, "I don't think I'll be bringing him anywhere near alcohol for a while."
That's probably
Those wise, my lord.
So what is Hector doing right now?
He's just sort of sleeping it off. He gets kicked in the gut by Henry.
In the span of like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And Henry, he gets up groggily, right?
Who, Hector?
Yeah.
He can, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, you should get that drinking under control. Let's return to the castle, or the keep.
As you wish.
All right, do me a favor. Can Henry roll? Actually, hold on one second. Okay. Okay. Never mind. I did it. Okay.
Old man Renald will follow them.
All right, so you guys depart the Mixed Water Tavern with good results, except Hector acting a fool. All right. So the next scene we'll do is, let's do Orlin and Oliver.
We have to.
What is this scene? Or which one was
Sorry.
this?
Sorry, wrong one. So this would be Orlin speaking to Oliver. There can be other people there if you so wish. But really it's just made for them two real quick. This will be pretty quick. So in the days after Oliver was convinced not to give the Faith Militant a sizable loan, he's been spending most of his time in the Sept praying. But today he has asked Orlin to come and visit him in his solar. Like I think other characters that might be there would be like Simon, potentially Henry can actually be there too, but just can't do the mechanical bits of the roleplay.
No, he's good.
Okay. So he sits behind his large oaken desk with papers strewn about, and he is just kind of, his chair is pushed back away from the table, and he's sitting there contemplatively as Orlin arrives.
You asked for me, my lord?
And Lord Oliver turns and nods, and he's like, "Yes, Orlin, come in. We should speak. I wanted to speak to you without my son here."
Should I close the door?
And he nods.
I go ahead and close it, and then I sit across from him. I'm assuming he has a desk.
Yeah, he's big oaken desk, basically.
Right. So I'll sit in the chair, like, opposite.
Yep. And he leans forward and he's like, "I have decided to not give the loan as you requested, as you know, but something has tugged at my heart, and that is our poor excuse for a sept. There are others that wish to pray to the Seven, and, well, I believe it is time for us to show our piety and build a greater and bigger sept. I wish your blessing in this."
Of course. I don't see what the problem could be, especially considering, if we take time and gather up enough money, we'd be more than happy to set one up for you.
He nods and he's like, "I would like to take some gold from the treasury and do it today to start this magnificent project, Orlin. We must save our souls."
My lord, a sept is quite costly. We should probably accomplish this task once we have the proper amount of funds for that.
He's like, "We can start now, and then what money we make over the next few months, we'll pay it off once we have it. What is wrong with that?"
I'm just looking out for your best interest, Oliver.
He's like, "I am as well. My soul and the souls of others. There is more than just this life, my friend."
And he's gonna kind of like let out a sigh and say, "I'll go see to the arrangements then."
Okay, you can
else?
try to convince him not to
Oh.
if you so wish,
Ooh, that's
via
right.
intrigue, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna convince him not to build it. I mean, probably like later on, once we have like enough money to where we can spend it without like getting a net loss.
Yeah, that's fine too. You can convince him not to do it now, right? Like you say. So okay, so we're gonna do an intrigue. Go ahead and do status reputation.
Okay. Status. Oh, I'm looking at Roderick. All right. Hold on. I don't think I have reputation.
Yeah, that's fine. If you don't, you just roll status.
Oof.
Oh, so you're gonna go first. So that's fine. So, how you can convince him?
I'm going to say, my lord, I do not oppose your decision, but please do bear in mind that the funds go elsewhere. They aren't just to use up on a rainy day. We have a what's the term? We have We have responsibilities to uphold. So I ask of you, please, let us set this aside. Let us set this aside until we can get the appropriate funds. And I'll roll convince.
Yep, you can do that.
Yep, 12.
Okay, so that's you have affectionate. You're affectionate to him, right? I'm
Yes.
almost positive. So that gives you a +5 modifier on your roll. So that's a 17, and he's also affectionate to you. So that hits him for 11. So he has to take a frustration, which is the same as a wound, essentially. So he like frowns and he's like, I know, my friend, but he's like, this world is fleeting, the next is forever. And he like shakes his head and he's like, I am doing this for the best of all. Even in a secular means, it is good for spirits. It is good for people's morale. It will build our home. We cannot be decadent like my sister and her brood. We must stand for something noble, something honorable. And so he is going to try to convince you. So he has... What's he going to roll? Okay. So, okay, hold on 1 second.
Oof.
So a 9 versus your intrigue defense doesn't get through.
I just, look at him and I say, my lord, I doubt the 7 want a show of affection by tossing around money. I think just your what's the term? Crap.
Devotion?
Yeah, just your devotion is enough. I kind of want to do bluff.
Deception. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So that's more difficult, right? So you're lying to a friend. So at affectionate, that is a -2 to your roll. So that's a 15 still. So even though it's hard for you to lie to him, he seems to nod and agree, and he's like, you might be right. You might be right. Always keeping me in line, I suppose. And he like smiles and he nods and he's like, there are going to be some tough decisions to be made very soon, my friend. And he kind of rubs his beard and he's like, promise me one thing.
What is it, my lord?
He's like, watch out for Henry when I am gone.
So Orlin is going to stand up and move over to Oliver's side and kind of place a hand on his shoulder and goes, you aren't going anywhere, my old friend. You're too stubborn to die.
And he just kind of gives you this smile and he's like, there are other fates than death. And he's like, come, let us feast. I grow hungry.
Very well.
Okay. And so with that, you kind of walk out and you prevent him from doing the house action to build a sept.
Nice.
All right. So the next scene we're going to do is Marcus. Okay. So in this scene, basically the two characters are Marcus and his wife. So if anybody wants to play Rihanna, let me know.
Oh, I can play that bitch.
It's not Leora.
Wrong
It's
one.
not Leora.
Oh wait, okay. I thought that's what you were talking about. I was like, yeah,
No.
I knew you were gonna jump the gun on
I
that one.
fall
No.
asleep at night thinking of her. The shit she said.
She might not even be in this session. Or she might too. Okay.
Who
And
is that?
so this is Marcus's wife, right? Somebody could play the scribe. That would
Ooh,
be
I want to be
fine.
the scribe. What's the scribe need to be here for?
I don't know. I'm just giving you guys options. So
Well, I guess what are they doing? Why
they are hiring informants.
Oh, so he would be writing down. Yeah, he'll be there writing down names, maybe
Okay.
suggesting people
Yep.
that he may know of.
Yeah, so go ahead and pull him in.
Who named Lyle the horse?
You didn't think I was just like it was going to be like a romantic scene and Simon was going to be there like writing it down. You know?
Well, I know. No, I just didn't know what.
No, I'm
someone
just
needed
kidding.
to
I'm
write
just
down.
kidding. Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, I
maybe
guess he could have been
she just
drawing
wanted to bisector.
you know.
Medieval erotica.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the House Redhawk's Kama Sutra.
You know this is Dorn, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So today, Marcus and Rihanna have been searching for. I think Goal could be here too, because I mean that would make sense to me.
Okay.
And then anybody else really
Giant
you
fucking
guys
goal.
think would make sense. Even guys without stats.
What are they looking for? Informants?
Informants? Like Marcus is hiring informants throughout the city.
Maybe I want to play instead of Simon.
Well,
Well, no, he wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
Never mind.
he wouldn't be here.
Not yet. He wouldn't be able to be used for something like this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what goal is now.
We'll have to get you like different images and like do the flip the token thing where it shows like
I like it.
yeah.
Gohal is now a 5'6", so a bit shorter than he was. About 35 years old, with clean shaven and a braided brown hair.
Right. So the informants are fairly young children. They're both about 12 years old. One is introduced as Riverboy and the other is Toad. Okay, and Marcus and Rihanna have brought them here to basically interview them. The two walk in, both their heads are stooped, and the one boy says, "My lord, my name is Riverboy, coming to talk to you as requested, please, my lord." And the other one comes and he has a fainter voice and he says, "My lord, I'm here. What is it you wish of me?" And their like heads are bowed. And so you can ask them what you want.
So Marcus would ask them to do not treat him as such a lord. He's not a lord. He doesn't want them to bow in front of him or anything like that. And then he would ask them basic questions like first where they work, like what do they do during the day, so he can know where they'd be, stuff like that.
And Riverboy says, "My lord, I work at the wharf. I work at the wharf doing odd jobs where I can." And he has a hard time like meeting your gaze, right? And the other boy kind of seems to be more like outgoing and says, "My lord, I work around town where I can as well. Typically I empty the troughs at the local inns, the outhouses."
Okay. He's to himself. He thinks that those are both really good spots to have informants in. But what else would So what else would he probably need to know? Like agilities and stuff like that? Like he'd ask them about.
Yeah, you can ask them. So yeah, they just kind of both. The River Boy says, "Yes, my lord. I work with my hands all day at the wharf, jumping back and front from boats at times." And the Toad says, "I carry heavy things, my lord. I'm stronger than I look."
So does Marcus know that Goal is like the lead of like a spy for the house?
Say that again.
Does Marcus know that Goal is like the spy for the Redhawk?
You would know that, sure. You're just
Okay.
hiring. You're
You know
hiring them
that,
for. You're hiring them for whatever you want.
Yeah, no, I
you know that
understand.
Leon is currently the spy master.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. You know what Goal is, who he is.
Okay. So he asks Goal what he thinks of these two as per se informants.
Worfs and being practically unseen, those are two good birds we have here.
Those are my thoughts exactly. Marcus then turns to the two in front of him again. He says, "How would you two like to work for me for a few coppers a week?"
And River Boy looks up and he's like, "Well, what would I be doing, my lord?"
You'd just be listening here and there, reporting back to me from if you hear anything or see anything that's out of the ordinary.
He's like, "That sounds too easy to be true, my lord. Are you sure this is something you need me for?"
Very sure.
And he nods and he's like, "Well, of course, my lord, I would do that."
What about you, Toad?
And Toad looks at you kind of sidelong and he's like, What else would you need from me? Are you asking me to spy?"
You could call it spying, but it's more of just informing.
And he kind of nods and he's like, "I suppose I could do that."
Good. He asks Simon to make sure he has notes on both of these two, where they where they would live, where they work and stuff like that, so he knows where he could see them or.
Yeah. So the whole time, Simon's been quickly shorthanding the conversation, and you said you asked him to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll begin asking them those questions. But he does it really fast, like address or where do you live, any family, blah blah blah, just to have quick information about both of them.
Okay. Yeah, let me let's see. Let me do a couple of things here real quick. Yeah, they give those answers quite freely. River Boy lives near the wharf. Toad lives near the Artisans District. This is on your side, of course. Yep. So they give all that information. Any really thing you might need.
Okay.
Very good.
So Marcus, as sealment, he hands them both two small pouches filled with, I don't know, say 5 coppers.
Mm-hmm. And they both are ecstatic. They're like, "Thank you, me lord. This will feed us for weeks." I can't. River Boy has tears in his eyes. He seems to be quite the sensitive one of the pair for sure.
Don't you worry. There'll be more where that came from. Just keep me informed, okay?
And he nods. "Yes, me lord. Thank you. I can't thank you enough." And Toad nods and is like, "Thank you, me lord. Thank you." And he seems more surprised than emotional.
Whatever I named Gohal this time is thinking to keep an eye on River Boy.
Yeah, none of you sense any deception from either one of them, but yeah, and so they both enter your service if you so wish it.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Okay. So they nod, and we'll switch the scene real quick because I know Will's got to go soon. So let's do this quickly, and then we'll get Horace's thing last then, which is fine. So let's see.
You ready, failure?
All right. So this is the GM session. Let me read this real quick. Over the past month, the influence of the Faith Militant here at the Perch has only grown. Septa Leora and Lord Olyvar have spent nearly every waking moment in the company of Lord Adam and Lord Garen. Near usual, Lord Olyvar has left most of the running of his house to Henry and Orlin. Lord Adam Waxley and Lord Garen Blackbar have been guests at almost every meal, and Lord Olyvar showed them incredible respect. He often ate at the table with them instead on his large table at the dais. Even though Henry had forestalled his father from a large loan, Olyvar seemed drifting further away under their sway. So the scene is that the two Faith Militant are walking, they're eating, essentially. Let me pull them to the screen real quick again. And everyone's favorite.
Yay.
Your ass. Look at that dour face. What's not to love?
So you've been eating for several minutes now, probably about half an hour, something like that. Hold on, I need to clear something.
Horace is dangerously close to eating all the chickens in the room.
And so the two lords walk up, and finally Lord Olyvar stands up and kind of takes his knife and bangs it on his cup, and he's like, "All, I have an announcement I wish to make. And he looks kind of forlorn and upset, and he's like, "It is with great sadness that I announce this, my friends and family, but I have decided my life means nothing here at the Perch. I have seen my son grow and become a wise and honorable man, and so it is I renounce my place here at the Perch and my lordship and pass it on to my son. I will head forth with the Faith Militant and join their ranks and fight against those who battle against the Seven, the Red God, and the evil of men." So what's everybody's reaction?
My lord, that can you at least? He's just kind of like Orlin's just kind of freaking out. He's like, whoa, hold up! You can't just make a rash decision just like that.
He's like, "It is not a rash decision, my friend. I told you weeks ago to watch over my son because my..."
Oh my god.
That was early.
My life was destined elsewhere.
God damn it, Liara. I feel like she had it. Like she was a part of this.
What does Henry say to this?
So Henry's been just staring in shock. Like he knew this day was coming and he figured it was coming soon, but he had no idea that it was this close. But I mean, while he's shocked, he's trying to maintain he's just kind of scanning the room, trying to maintain his composure. And if no one else has anything, then he'll do something. But I want to let everyone else do or say anything they want first.
Anybody else have anything?
I guess Horace will stand up, like, shocked. Like, he'll shoot up into the chair, feet back 20 feet. He'll just stand there for a second, looking at Olyvar.
Oliver basically says to his subjects, he's like, "Worry not, my son will lead you well. He will not dishonor our house."
So, pretty much he'll then stand up and kind of like walk over to his father in Orlin and we just say like, "Father, thank you for this opportunity." And he'll get on one knee and he says, "But why so quickly?" And like he like has his head kind of bowed while he asks the question. Like he's definitely accepting, but he's wondering why. So why now?
And your father kind of kneels down with you and puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of takes his finger and takes your chin and kind of makes you look at him in the face. And he's like, "Because you're ready now. It is my time is done. One way or another. I was not," and he kind of looks off, "I have not been the best for this house, and you all have not known it for quite some time now. My days will be for the 7, and you will lead this house to greater glory than I would."
Yeah. With that, he like whispers in his ear because he doesn't want the people to hear, and he really doesn't want anyone else to hear. The only person that might is Orlin, since he's right there.
Okay.
But he just wants to say, "But you are better than the 7?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are better than the Faith Militant."
And he looks at you and smiles, and he's like, "It is your house to run as you wish, my son, but it is my life to live as I must. And the 7 compel me to raise my sword in holy war against those who would stand against the righteous religion of Westeros."
So on one hand, he knows his disposition towards them, but he loves his father, so he'll just like kind of like with his father rise and say, "Then I wish you well on your journeys."
And he puts his hands on your shoulders and smiles, and he's like, "One thing, my son, I would ask of you as a boon. Will you promise me one thing?"
"What is it, father?"
He's like, "Will you accept before I state what I wish? It will not be taking of troops or gold. This much I promise you."
I actually don't. So that's a good. I don't even know how to decide what Henry would do there. I don't think he would just blindly. So it's something that only affects Henry. Henry will ask. He'll say, "As Lord now, if it only affects me, I will do it. But if it affects my subjects, then I wish to know what it is before I agree."
He says, "My son, it affects the religion of this place. It affects the souls of this place. I will not force you to build a sept. I will not force you to kill apostates. I will not force you to do anything of the such. I will not ask of these things of you. I would only ask you this one gift for your old father. A fool, perhaps, but your father nonetheless.
He says, I suppose I can give you one gift. What is it, Father?
And he says, your cousin, Leora. I would ask that you allow her to remain the septa at the perch and spread the gospel of the seven
Oh, God.
throughout Redwater.
So out of
Yes,
character, I
wait.
fucking knew that's what you were gonna say. It was gonna be like protect her or something like that, and I God damn it, I didn't want to. Okay, so Henry, he looks at his father in the eyes, and a deception roll says yes.
Okay. Let's see it. Deception bluff. And you're affectionate, so you're going to be a -2.
Oh no, I'm not passing this. Like, I just don't know. I don't want to say no, but
No, I understand. I don't care.
So I just roll 3d6.
3d6 -2, if that's all you got.
I'm gonna use a destiny point.
Okay, you spend a destiny point. 4d6 -2.
I'm not gonna pass.
And that's like I'll get those back, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you
I'm
get
just- I'm not
spending
burning it.
destiny points. You
Yeah.
get back.
Just wanted, yeah. So 46
-2. Yeah, 46. Keep
Four.
keep 3 -2.
Keep 3, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna pass.
Nice.
So Oliver nods and he puts his forehead against yours and he's like, "Thank you, my son." He's like, "Thank you," and he like hugs you. And he
Yeah,
says,
and Henry hugs back hard.
and he's like, "Then it is time for me to leave. I will check in from time to time, but now it is to war." And he like turns and looks at Orlin and gives you a
I'm going
hug.
to extend my. Oh.
Or
okay,
yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna. Orland's going to extend his hand. His.
Hmm. So he kind of pushes your hand away and hugs you instead. And he says, "Do not let my son become like my sister with deceit and lies. Keep him true to the name of Redhawk."
We have to retcon that. I have to reroll 6s. I'm up.
Okay, go ahead. You can go ahead and re-roll it. You never.
I'm super sorry. I totally.
No, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Nothing. So
Still
let's
not bad.
see. So
Because that 2 would have been rough.
5 and 5, 10. You still got it. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, he says, keep him honorable. Don't let him turn into Miriam. Don't let him turn into her. She is so guided by hate and anger and lust. In response, Will, are you there?
He might be muted still. Nope, dropped. Silence deafens the room.
He's like, I don't promise you.
Drop kicks him through the stone
Yeah.
chair.
And so essentially Oliver says, I will be here for a few days longer, my son. I wish to, and he kind of frowns, I will meet with my sister before I depart.
Oh my freaking god! I'm back.
No, he basically just said, he's telling you to keep Henry honorable and keep him,
Right.
don't let him become his sister, essentially.
So Orland is going to kind of embrace Oliver and just say, "Be well, my old friend."
And he says to Orlin, he's like, "You should help him find a match, a wife, a suitable one, so I will have grandkids at last." And he kind of smiles.
He's right next to me. It's like I'm not. He's talking about me
Yeah,
like I'm not.
he is. He absolutely is.
I'll try my best, my lord.
And then Henry pipes up and he says, "And with a face like this, do you think it'll be hard?"
And he kind of
Yes.
chuckles. And he's like, "But with your tongue, as sharp as it is and cruel sometimes." And he says, "Perhaps you should." And he kind of thinks for a minute. He's like, "The Targaryens wed brothers to sisters, cousins.
Oh God.
This
no.
would be wise for our house. But I will leave it up to you, my son."
Did he just fucking suggest what I think he suggested?
Hands off my wife.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Okay, never mind. He wouldn't say that. I'm sorry. On that. I forgot she's already married.
So does Orlin? Is he leaving or is he sitting back down in his chair? Or
He's
not
kind
Orlin,
of like.
sorry. I mean Olyvar.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Oliver's standing. He's ready to depart. Basically, he's gonna leave.
Oh, okay. So yeah, whenever Henry's kind of, he's just gonna wait, and then whenever he walks away, sit down next to his cousin, right?
Yep. So
Yeah, his amazing
essentially,
cousin.
Oliver goes through the room and talks to everyone else individually, briefly, of importance. Essentially, Marcus and Horace and Roderick, as well as Squire. And then after, it takes probably 15 minutes or even longer for him to go through everybody. And then he goes back to Liara and he hugs her. And he's like, "My sweet niece, things may be hard for you, but keep my Henry on the track of the 7. Whatever it takes." And
That bitch is outnumbered.
she nods and she's like, "Of course, my lord. I will do as you have commanded always." And he nods and he puts a hand on her shoulder and he says, "And my newest son?" And she says, "He will be well, my lord." And he nods.
What?
And with that, he departs.
Yeah.
What?
So then Henry will sit in his chair when he walks out.
Along with the table.
They stole
Yeah,
our
the table. We want this table.
They're pretty broke.
Yeah, they're gonna sell it. All right, they're gone. Yeah, he didn't say anything about the marriage thing. I was kind of joking, but and I totally forgot she was married. But the marriage to Henry. But yeah, okay. So Henry can
It's like,
go.
I know it's not really a marriage, so come on, guys.
So
So does that mean I'm Castellan now?
yes, but yeah. So Henry, you walk up on your throne.
Yeah. So Henry sits down, and when he sits, he turns to Liara and he's like, "Well done, cousin. Well done." And he's like being sarcastic, clearly.
Leora looks at you and she's like, "Cousin, it was his decision. I did not prompt him to do anything. He is the one who convinced me to become Septa. It was not the other way around, I assure you."
And he just nods and says, "Oh no, I only meant to congratulate you on your continued position in our fine establishment, or our fine keep."
And she says, "I sense the words coming out of your mouth perhaps are baneful, my lord."
Yeah, and he grips his chair tight and says, "Oh no, I wish you no ill will." And just, then gets up and he sat in his chair for a moment, said that to her, and then now as his father's left and everything, he's gonna, begin to make his rounds in the room and kind of talk to everybody as the... Actually, no, he'll just look forward and kind of ignore her after that.
Okay. Alright, so I think that's probably the end of the scene. Unless other people you guys have stuff you want to roleplay right now.
Can I go ahead and take this chair right here?
I don't know. that's what your boss is going to decide, I suppose. All right, so that's the end of the GM-led scene. I've just got one quick scene that's a few weeks before. It's the Horus and Leora scene. So
All right.
if people want to stick around, you can. If not, that's fine too.
I gotta go.
All right, thanks.
See you, dude.
See ya.
All right, this should be quick.
I feel bad for Mitchell because I'm gonna have to kill his wife, and I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah, you're turning right into your aunt, aren't you?
No, and that's the worst part because he's totally like the whole thing is he doesn't want to, but like he feels like he's like everything has been so manipulated. Now he just lost his father, and he's actually like he thought he'd take over and his dad would just like become one of his commanders until he was too old and then kind of just chill in the keep, not fucking run off to fight the people he's literally setting up a group to fight against.
It's
Probably
so good.
gonna kill your father.
That's what I'm saying. Hammer Bro is gonna be like, hey, I killed this guy. Look at all this cool armor. I'm like,
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Oh, okay. So, let's switch scenes real quick here.
It's funny that you think it would happen in the bedroom.
Well, actually, oh no, wait, hold on. I have a different thing for this. I totally forgot, don't I?
Encouraging, but hilarious.
I do actually. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, we all know they sleep in different rooms.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. She sleeps in the set.
Like in the
Yeah.
fortress.
So, one day, Horace decides to try to talk to his wife. She's been pretty much in prayer and away from him for some time. She's been spending almost every day and night with the Lord. So, as Horace enters the small sept of the perch, she is on her knees before the seven-pointed star, not the cross. And she doesn't make any. Actually, as you come in, she has a small whip, like a self-conflagellation type thing, and she's
God damn it.
has her dress kind of off her shoulders, and she's whipping herself. Like as she says a prayer and then she whips herself. Says a prayer and then she whips herself. And you've never seen her do this before. You see the back, at the top of her back, are marred with scars and welts, and the new wounds from what she's doing currently, blooding herself up.
Yeah, he'll sprint over to her, like rip off his cloak and place it over her and ask, "What are you doing?"
And she kind of looks surprised, and she takes the cloak and kind of throws it aside, and she's like, "Horace, what are you doing here? I'm in prayer."
This is what you call prayer? I came to speak with you.
And she's
What,
like,
what is this?
She's like,
I do
I'm
not recall reading that.
releasing the sins from my body, Horace. I am a sinful woman, and so such things are required.
We'll take a deep breath and exhale and say, "That is not how it is done."
She's like, I am the septa, am I not?
You are something. My love, please. Put the whip down. Sit and speak with me a moment.
And she frowns and puts the whip over to the side and pulls her dress back up over her shoulders, and you instantly see the back of it kind of be blotched with blood. And she like stands up off her knees, and there's a small chair next to her, and she sits down in it, and she's like, "Fine, Horace. What is so important that couldn't wait till I saw you again?"
Now, I imagine Horace has read the books. Is this shit in there?
There are parts about, there's probably nothing specifically about this, right? It's, you've heard of it being done before, though. It's not like completely
I heard of it
alien.
being done, but it's not in the actual books.
Yeah, it's not actually in the tenets of the 7 stars.
I have read the. It's called the 7-pointed star, is it not?
Yeah, 7-pointed star. Yeah.
I have read the 7-pointed star, and when I first met you and wanted to get to know you better, but I do not recall this being in there. Such atrocities. I do not understand.
She says,
Done to
"You are a poor reader."
horrible people done to you.
I didn't catch that. You're kind of like really faint there for a few seconds.
Oh, sorry. He was saying that such things are like done. By horrible people.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear me at all.
It's like a whisper.
How about now?
That's better.
Okay. He was saying that such things are.
And can anybody else hear him, or is it just me?
Nope. What in the world?
This happens every now
It's
and
like
again.
you're stepping back from your mic
Yeah.
20 feet.
You want to try to just disconnect Discord and then reconnect to the voice?
Can you hear me now?
I can now, yeah. I can't.
Okay,
I
I'm
can't.
just gonna talk for a bit longer and see if I start walking away now. Is this
No,
okay?
it sounds better.
Okay.
That was weird. It was like you were walking down the tunnel backwards. Like
It
it
happens.
was weird.
I have no idea why. He says to her, such things like are to be done by horrible people unto.
You're going distant again.
Hello.
Yeah, I caught what you said that time though. So she says, she's like, I am a horrible person, Horace. I don't know why you think I am some sort of angel. I am far from anyone's prize. And she kind of looks away. She's like, I am sorry that you were made to marry me, to gain this name. I would be happy to speak to other septons to see if they would annul the marriage if it would please you.
My dear, it would not. I guess he'll stand up and walk over a bit closer.
And oh my god, you went double. No. So she says, she just kind of like shakes her head and there's no reason for you to stay in a marriage where there is no love. I know this is the way of nobles and nobility, but I will not bear you children. You should find a woman that will give you sons.
My dear, I was not forced to marry you. I did not look at this as an opportunity to gain land or title and such. I looked at you. I was immediately struck. Not by your beauty, though you are beautiful, but your strength of character and your force of will. Such things I value greatly. You are the embodiment of will.
And she says, is it enough to protect me from my cousin, who surely hates me?
A man likes what he likes and dislikes what he dislikes. He just doesn't understand you, as I wish to understand you better. I wish to get to know you as more than just a pretend husband, perhaps even as a friend. And I wish I had gotten to know you better before I had to leave. I apologize for that.
She kind of like shifts in her chair and she's like, we all have our duties, Horace. I do not blame you for that.
Blame me or not, it was still wrong.
And she frowns a bit, and she's like, well then...
It must have been terrifying. The things you may have heard of me. I'm sorry I didn't get to speak with you and set things right.
And she says, men kill. It is the way of the world. I think of you in no lesser light than I would any man. My uncle has killed many men, perhaps more than you. He has fought in many wars. His men dying, other men dying. It is a great burden. But I share not this hate for men that kill.
What you do hate.
And
My dear, why do you hate yourself?
She says, I do not hate myself, Horace. I only wish that, and she kind of frowns. She says, I only wish I were more pure of being as other septas and septons and followers of the seven. It is not an easy life, and so I must repent in the ways that I might, and that is by helping this house stay true to the seven. It is what
This
Lord Olyvar has
mutilation
asked.
is- You go on. I interrupted.
No, that's fine. That's all she was going to say.
Okay. This mutilation cannot be the way. Will you perhaps spend time with me in contemplation and perhaps... I know you spend much of your time inside. Perhaps we could go outside and enjoy the creations that before us from the seven together.
And she kind of thinks about that for a moment, and she says, perhaps there is nothing wrong with seeing the mountains that the seven created that looks down upon us. The red mountains that have taken so much blood and death from Dorne, from the Reach, from the Stormlands. Very well. Let us ride upon the dirt of the Bone Way and see what we might.
Thank you, my wife. No, he doesn't say my wife. He says, thank you, my dear. By the way, do you swim?
And she looks at him and she says, swim? And she kind of chuckles and she says, when I was young, I fell in the river and nearly drowned. I swim as well as a rock, I suppose.
Oh, would you like to learn? I would be glad to teach you. And with me, I assure you would not drown.
She looks at you sidelong and she's like, you swim?
I do.
And then she says, I would like to see that, I think.
Excellent. I know me and my man, while we were traveling through the deserts, we came across an oasis. What better way?
And she nods and she says, it's just like the water gardens then, eh? In Sunspear?
Similar, more open.
And
Care to join me? And he reaches out his hand for her to take to lift her up.
And she takes your hand and stands up. And she says, just for a while, though, I need to be back to my prayers sooner than later. Lord Olyvar will expect me.
Very well, my love.
All right.
By the way, I totally forgot to tell you that I want to take a specialty in swimming in long blades.
Yeah, that's fine. You can with your experience. That's
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. So okay. Yep. I'm gonna
Just get her outside.
Yeah, that's fine. So she goes outside with you, and you travel to the oasis and swim around a bit and that sort of thing. We'll do our rolls offline just because I didn't want to bog them down here, right?
Sure.
Just to see if it actually was enough to get her disposition up. She might be dead by next session anyway. We'll see.
Girl.
You know how good I do.
Oh man, I mean,
All right, I think that's
So,
it. And you guys,
Actually, so that's something that you guys. Am I gonna? I want to say something to Horace after the little GM session thing, like the Olyvar thing.
okay,
Like,
yeah, yeah, it's fine.
If you want to do that real fast, Mitchell.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
So he knows that Mitchell, like, he believes in the seven, but he doesn't believe in like the blind faith and like following of like.
Yeah.
For no reason, right? So yeah, he'll pull Horace to the side afterwards, knowing that they don't leave together and whatnot. And he'll say, Horace, may I have a word with you?
Of course, my lord.
He says,
He'll walk with you.
As you know, I don't have quite the faith in the seven as my father does. Now, where I was not, I would never take this away from the people because I know it makes them happy. I do not believe we should just do everything blindly for a religion that does not directly help our people. Do you agree?
I do agree.
My only I guess how would he say that? Not requirement, but my only request of you is that you guide Liara in such a way that she should not turn from the seven, but she should realize that people and what they do with their religion is more important than the religion itself.
That in the end will be something for her to decide, but I am doing my best to help her see. I suppose I fear she is down a dark path right now, and I'm trying to help her see the real light.
He nods and says, I hope that she can see the light before she does something that truly harms this house.
I do too. I do care for her, you know.
He nods and says, I know you do, where I may not understand why I know that you do.
One day I hope you may see what I saw.
One day I hope she shows it to me, because as of now, all I've had from her is trouble caused.
I know, my lord.
And with that, he kind of like pats Horace on the shoulder, and they're splitting off directions or whatever, and he walks towards his room, which I now assume would be a larger room and a cooler place.
You move into the Lord Solar, big ass room and office combo, basically. Top of the perch.
Looking out for the heights.
Not at all.
Boom.
All right.
Good session, guys.